All right. So in the last video, I talked about the two mathematical levers you pull in any business to be successful. We talked about the importance of lifetime value and the importance of scale, right? We talked about how it's important to have a high profitability per customer and then serve a lot of customers. Now, in that video, I mentioned that it's important to get lifetime value down first, right? That's the key to scale. I'm going to talk about how that works, why that's important in this next video, and then how to do it. So let's dive in. So there's a concept called the value ladder, and this is the key for you if you want to maximize the lifetime value with any business you're working with. So let's talk about how that's done. There's an old quote from the OG Dan Kennedy. That quote goes like this: "Whoever can spend the most to acquire a customer wins." Now, Dan Kennedy, he was an old school direct response marketer. He kind of was the guy that made the bridge from the old school stuff to the online stuff. Said a lot of cool things. He was obsessed with marketing, and this is one of the more important things that he said. Now, this is important because this is the key to winning, right? You want to have a monopoly in whatever market you end up going with. And to do that, you have to be able to spend the most to acquire a customer. And you can only spend the most to acquire a customer if you make the most per customer, right? So let's make an example. Let's say you run a business and your lifetime value, your average lifetime value for a customer is $10, right? That means that in order to profitably acquire a customer, you have to spend something below $10. If you spend more than $10, then you're not profitably acquiring customers anymore. You're negatively acquiring customers. And that won't get you very far in business, right? Now, let's say, so you're happy, you're paying, $9. Let's say you're going along, your life's great, and you're paying $5 and you're getting a $10 customer back. And your life's happy, you're just doing that, and it's all great. And let's say I come along and I say, oh, this is cool. I'm going to find a way to help that same customer. Instead of making you $10, I'm gonna find a way to have him make me $1,000. So every time I get a customer, I get $1,000, right? Now, and I see you over there in the marketplace paying $5, but I know that you can't pay any more than like $9.99 if you want to profitably acquire customers. So all I have to do is come along and pay $10 for my customers, right? So I pay for ad costs or whatever, and I squash your exposure. I get all the clients because I can pay $10 and I'm making an insane amount of profit, $990 per new customer make. This is wonderful, right? Meanwhile, you go out of business because you can't keep up, right? Lifetime value, being able to provide the most value to a customer allows you to then pay the most to earn that customer. And if you can do that, then you become a monopoly. Then you can help people then you can take them further and further up this sort of value ladder, which you'll learn more about in this video. And you'll make a significantly higher amount of money and you won't get like beat out by other competitors. So let's talk about how you actually do that. So you do that using something, like we said, called the value ladder, right? Now, the value ladder, we've hinted at it, we've alluded to it. I've told you part of it, kind of without you knowing in some of these other videos. You understand that all business is a trade of value, right? The business provides some form of value and the customer provides some form of value back, usually in money, but it can be like this first thing, attention or time or energy or a share. There's a lot of different ways that the customer can provide value to the business, but the main one we're going to talk about is money here. But let's talk about how this works. And to do this, let's create a fictional company and a fictional example. So let's say it's a weight loss company that sells supplements and training programs and stuff like that. And let's say they help soccer moms. Now let's create a person that they're going to help in this example, Amy, right? Amy weighs 250 pounds. That's about 100 pounds more than she should, and at the very least. And she wants to lose weight. Now let's say she's sitting on her phone, bebop, baloo, scrolling through, having a good old time. Scrambling her brain, and she comes across an Instagram video, let's say, that's talking about 4 tips to how to start losing weight today, right? She thinks, oh, this is cool. She watched the tips, she likes them, she invests some of her time, 90 seconds of her time into watching this video, and she's rewarded with a proportionate amount of value or a higher amount of value. She thinks, oh, this is great. I spent 90 minutes watching this little video. This is wonderful. Next step is she goes and follows them on Instagram. Maybe she goes to their website, signs up for a free 10-step guide for changing your diet or whatever. And she thinks it's great. This is cool. So she's following these people. So every time they come up with a new video, she watches it. Every time she gets an email, she reads it. She likes her experience. And eventually they say, hey, why don't you buy this diet guide? It's $47. And it's got all these cool, awesome recipes of food you can cook as a busy soccer mom and lose weight. Isn't it wonderful? She thinks this is great. She buys it. She starts making the recipe. She loves it. She starts losing some weight. She thinks this is great. She loves this company now, right? And then they say, hey, why don't you join this cool 29 or 21 day challenge to, walk a mile a day or whatever. So she pays to join this cool little challenge group, and she's in there talking to people and they're having a good time, and she loses a lot more weight. She thinks, this is wonderful. I love these guys. She gets to make some friends with the brand. She really likes it. And then they say, hey, we're doing a retreat in Costa Rica. For those of you who have hit your goals, she's lost 100 pounds. She feels a lot better about herself. They're saying, hey, we're doing a retreat in Costa Rica. Come to Costa Rica. We're going to enjoy our time here. We'll do running on the beach and Pilates or whatever, right? So she pays $1,000. She loves it. She goes there. She has a wonderful time, tells all of her friends, come back home. Happy lady, right? This is an example of how they took somebody, Amy, and helped her change her life, right? And every step of the way, they made a little trade of time, of value for money, and they went up and they gave her more value, and she paid more money, more value, and they paid more money. And this way, they were able to help Amy significantly change her life, and they were paid thousands and thousands of dollars in the process, right? They have a high lifetime value in their customer, Amy, right? Now, some businesses won't have all of these, right? They might have this first part. They might have a little way that they can get some customers to come in and start following them and investing some attention. Maybe they don't have a low ticket offer. Maybe all they have is a high ticket offer, or maybe they only have low ticket offers and no high ticket offers, right? You as an intelligent professional can show up, recognize the gap in their value ladder, and put the pieces in place. Usually that means helping them tack on higher and higher ticket offers, and you can help them increase their lifetime value. Another thing that you can do to help someone increase the lifetime value with the value ladder is you show up and you find sort of the gaps, the little places where they're not quite making the jump. Let's say only, let's say 90% of people make it right here, but they don't make this purchase. You identify that that's the weak part of the value ladder, and you work on the emails and the landing page and the videos and stuff that helps someone go from following to buying that low ticket offer. And boom, you increase that percentage point, and you help ascend more and more people up this thing. So the higher people ascend up here, the bigger the lifetime value for the company, the more money they make, right? You're going to want to identify these weak parts and help ascend customers, a higher percentage of customers up this as far as possible, right? That's another way that you can use the idea of the value ladder to increase the lifetime value per customer, right? It's an extremely important step. Now, I'm sorry, I forgot another part here. There's also the membership item. So like you might have someone pay, a monthly membership, and that's, somewhere in this kind of mid-ticket to low ticket, depending on how high the membership is, but that's a continual thing. That's sort of another thing that fits somewhere in the value ladder. It's an important thing to add in. That continuity. It's pretty important, right? So again, some people will go all the way to the top, and that's cool. Some people will buy everything a brand has to offer, right? From the lowest level merch to the highest level mastermind group. People will pay for everything available, right? So you want to keep giving them as many new options as possible so they keep paying you more. So those people that go all the way to the top, and we're always going to go up to the top, can pay you more and more, can have higher lifetime value, and you help them significantly, right? Some people only go part of the way up, and that's totally fine, right? Some people are only going to go up and buy that mid-ticket offer, and they're going to bounce off and go somewhere else. No worries. That's cool. You want to help as many of those people as possible. Some people might skip steps, might come in and follow and jump straight to the mastermind. It doesn't really matter, right? But having a complete and full value ladder that's functioning, that sends as many people up as possible, that doesn't have any leaks in it, it allows you to help them all these types of people. It allows you to create bigger and better impact in their lives and get rewarded as a result, right? This is how you get paid by everybody. This is how you capture all the demand that's available for people trying to solve the problem in your business. This one gives you a higher lifetime value, which then allows you to turn around and pay for more ads and do better and more cool creative things to get more customers, so you can increase that scale and build billion-dollar businesses. This is the key, right? You've got to have a functioning and powerful value ladder in place so you can take people, capture their attention, and ascend them all the way up to your high ticket programs, help them a lot, and get paid a lot in the process. It's absolutely crucial.